Alright, welcome back. Generic episode 7. My name is Mike.
My name's Rob.
And we are rolling, we are vibing, we are sipping. What'd you say so, Robert?
That's the truth. We got a good one for you guys tonight. Just out here, we wanted to do something a little different. Just kind of what I like to do is set the scene. So I say, we really do that to start out the episode.
I'm going to close my eyes too, just kind of see.
Yeah, envision it here. And for those of you not viewing it, this is super important, so take a listen. We decided the weather's been nice. You can tell spring's around the corner. Everything's slowly starting to be covered in pollen.
And I'm not sneezing because I just had COVID. It's because of the pollen.
Correct. He did not have COVID at all. Anyway.
Anyways, continue.
Everything's covered in pollen, but we are on our back porch out here with a fire going. We're feeling pretty cozy around the fire. We got our porch lights on, going around, just having a good old time. If you guys hear noises in the background, don't be concerned. We're pretty much right down in the downtown parts of Apex. You got trains, cars.
It's kind of ghetto out here sometimes.
It can be, but we're doing the best we can. But just a really cozy vibe, and we really just want to have fun tonight, kind of talk to you guys, talk to each other, and just, like I said, have fun.
I think this is going to be a great episode, just kind of catch up in a more positive way. We're in a different environment right now. We're outside of our house. Things are looking up,
We finally have our house back.
We have our house back. We won the war with the squirrels.
We beat them.
And then turned into a World War II with flies. So that was a whole other thing that we can get into here in a second. But, it feels good to, kind of have, your home back. I think, that's really good for the mental, good for the physical.
Definitely. And we are excited to be back here because we're paying so much a month. And we were getting infuriated that we couldn't be here. But you guys kind of know the story from the 3 Squirrels, 1 Wall story. But it's kind of weird being together, wouldn't you say? Like, we haven't been together probably in over a month for, consecutive nights or just able to do this.
Yeah. I think we started flowing there. We had a great schedule set out, and we ranted on this, like you said, in the other episode. But, it feels good to kind of have, this kind of feeling out this routine again. It feels a place to sleep. Have, a roommate, a best friend, we're getting into this routine, hanging out more, recording the podcast, and it all got thrown off, but now, things are looking up.
The gym got thrown off too. It was like the whole life.
Because we were even looking at a new gym routine as soon as this all happened as well, so it threw everything off as well. But yeah, things, this is a positive episode, things are looking up, we're vibing, we're sipping on some, I can tell the story, how we got what we're sipping on right now. We're sipping on some bourbon right now. And
very expensive bourbon,
very expensive bourbon. And Mom, if you're watching, cheers to you. We do a little clink right here. Clink.
Get that on the mic. Shout out Rachel.
Yeah, so today, this is a kind of random story. I did have COVID, and I can get into that. But I had COVID.
What?
We should just move things.
Yeah.
No, but I kept it a secret. No, I had COVID this past week, and it's been really lonely some because I have been here. It's been habitable. My room was the least affected room, unfortunately. But I was not to rub it in, but we had our sleepovers.
We did.
But I had COVID, and it was really, really, just annoying. Honestly, I had the flu 2 months ago. And it knocked me out compared to what I was dealing with COVID. And being immunocompromised, as Rob and I are, I guess you just freaking get sick all the time. So I was sick with COVID. I was isolating myself in my room for a few days. And I just, Saturday night I texted my mom. I was like, who wants to bring me over a bottle of liquor? And she said, get your roommate or your girlfriend too. I was like, no, I figured you guys had some at the house. And she's like, no, actually, we're kind of running low. I said, that's highly doubtful. And obviously, I was just kidding, but she didn't respond, so I was nervous. But today, fast forward, feeling way better. You still test positive for COVID. You still have it in you, but, after, quarantining and all that, I feel way better.
Not contagious.
Not contagious.
We hope.
Most part, we hope. We assume. But my mom was like, you guys are working from home, and I was working from home, kind of just like, I'm milking it with my work. I'm sick.
Yeah, I don't want to drive 30 minutes.
Exactly. So, and I'm doing my job just fine. Working at home, me and Rob vibing now, very chill. And my mom's like, you guys want lunch? We're like, hell yeah, we're on lunch. So she gets us some tropical smoothie.
Can't go wrong with tropical
You
smoothie.
cannot. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. She's like, yeah, I just gotta go somewhere real quick, and then I'll go get it. And I was like, where you gotta go? And she's like, no, none of your business. I was like, okay. Just kind of threw me off a little bit. I didn't think anything. I was like, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
I did find that kind of weird.
I was like, that's whatever. I won't dig into it. And then she gets here about an hour later, and she has a whole carton of liquor.
We're not complaining.
I'm not complaining
We're not
at all.
complaining.
Shout out Rachel Ray. That was
Rachel Ray,
she's not the
guilty.
famous chef, but she a chef. She can whip up a burger even though she's vegan
Oh,
or vegetarian.
oh yeah,
Tell you what.
mean burger.
But yeah, I come down, got an assortment of alcohol, and she's like, because of what I talked about during quarantine, she just thought of doing that for me, and that was really, really awesome. And yeah, that's what we're sipping on now. She got me, like 2 handles, and also this package that came with 2 glasses and some bourbon. So super sick vibe.
Yeah, can't complain with
I
that.
feel like
Kind of matches my set.
Was that a really long rant, or did I do good storytelling?
I mean, who doesn't want to talk about some liquor? Everyone wants to talk about some liquor.
Tell you what, that's how every
Here,
good story starts.
we got cheers.
Tell you that.
There's going to be a lot of cheers tonight.
This ain't my first.
I want to ask you, though, just out of curiosity. I'm the type of person, I love kind of recharging my battery, but I
Yeah.
love to be around people. I love to be around my girlfriend, same as you do. But when you're kind of like isolated like that, do you think you get a lot more done, like kind of shut off?
Well, I think it would have been if I was shut off, like if I had a day to myself, like, and I wasn't sick,
Mm-hmm.
then I can go do some errands and stuff like that. But I was literally just sick, and I didn't want to go out. And just I was sick. I just want to stay in bed. And luckily, Outer Banks season 3
yes.
that came out literally at the perfect time, and I just binged that. My TV in front of my bed, so that was a vibe. But it got to a point where I was just like really, really lonely, and like obviously you can talk to people on the phone. I was talking to my girlfriend on the phone and stuff, but
It's not the same.
That human interaction you kind of miss, of like just like say you are here, I just like pop into your room, say what's up, or like she's here, we're hanging out. I like to have like I've always been kind of like independent. I like to be on my own in a sense. Like I don't mind it. But ever since, like, like moving in here, it's kind of been me and you one-on-one, having our girlfriends, and, like, me and her having one-on-one time. Like, I tend to appreciate that more, especially when I don't have it at that moment. So,
But I really think, kind of touching on that, I was kind of the same way, like, growing up. I didn't mind being alone. Like, we hung out a lot and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But then we got a plane flying over just to set the scene. Y'all be safe now. But yeah, just growing up, like I didn't mind being alone. Like if you couldn't hang out, it wasn't like a big deal. But I think it really started in college, especially when you start to come out of like your
shell.
social bubble. Like you're meeting new people. We went to the same school.
We did.
That's really when I kind of realized like I just love being around like at least one person. Because like that human interaction is key. It keeps the mentals good. Like we talked about it on our first episode, I think. Quarantine, like me and you had a set routine. We were rolling, cooking burgers. That's when Outer Banks came out for the first time. Running, going to campus, playing football. Like it was a great time. So
life's way more enjoyable with people, I say.
Yeah,
And I used to like not be that way. Like I think everyone needs like a recharge, like
100%.
to kind of like not because they don't want to be around people, but like you need to have time for yourself, and like just having like a day or like a few hours just to kind of do what you need to do, like whether it's like clean up your room real quick, or just have time for yourself. And like it's not because you're annoyed by the people, but it's because like you personally, you need that time just to kind of just be with yourself. And like if you're with yourself, you're content with yourself, you'll be better around others, I think.
but also sometimes like when I'm by myself or like just in general, like I'm like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, and that's what they preach at work is like, oh, you're going to make that call tomorrow, but then it turns out to be Friday instead of Monday.
True.
I have laundry that I haven't done that I keep saying
Laundry's
tomorrow.
like the worst.
Yeah, it's the worst, but it's like you got to recharge, but it's also like life never stops. Like you constantly, I swear, I never have a day where it's not like I'm thinking about what I need to do, like grocery shopping. I have been eating out nonstop, like,
Yeah.
because I haven't wanted to go grocery shopping. Laundry is out. I sound like a bum right now, but like, you have work, and it's just like tiring knowing like every day. And kind of like my girl Bree says, like on the weekends, you just want to relax and have fun, but like those are your days to truly get stuff done. So ultimately, like Saturday and maybe early Sunday, you're running errands, and then you have maybe like 6 hours to just relax. And then you get the Sunday scaries.
Because you're like dreading the Monday. Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah. I think, people who have it figured out, good for them. Like, they are working and all that. They have that routine figured out. But then, like, their outside life, they have that figured out. It's like...
It's about balance.
Exactly. Like,
that's what we're trying to figure out right now, too.
Exactly. And, like, this whole year of living here, we went through, like, a really solid routine of waking up at 5 a.m., doing all this, meal prepping and all that, and we fall out of it for a little bit, try to get back on it. But it's, like, it's about balance, we're always working towards just, like, being a better human, healthy, wise, and mental and physical and all that.
There's so many variables that come into play, and, like, your car. It could break down. Like,
literally, I don't have a sunroof.
Kind of a funny story. Go ahead and tell them about the sunroof.
The
sunroof?
I
find that hilarious.
Yeah. So if you see a 2007 dark blue Jeep Cherokee driving by and you see, a plastic tarp on top, it's probably me. I think it was last summer or like beginning of like, fall or something last year.
Maybe like August.
Yeah, and my sunroof's always been a little sketch. It always made like a weird noise, like closing and shutting. I was like,
I don't think it ever shut all the way, and I think it it's happened during the rainy season, which is like summer, I would say, like when thunderstorms are rolling in every day. Shitty time.
Yeah,
terrible timing.
And I even have like it all connects to everything because I think my sunroof broke, and which eventually led to electrical issues with my speakers. I bought new speakers.
Was it the sunroof?
Well, remember on the hand thing on the passenger side, the what's it called? Pray for Jesus handle, whatever.
Oh shit, handle, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
There's a little cap that you take off.
Oh
and
yeah.
People would take it off, and water would be coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So the top right speaker and the bottom right speaker don't work anymore.
I love you, Riley, but it could be your fault also.
It also could be Riley Scoble's fault.
Not to put you on the spot.
He did. I got speakers for Christmas about 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, and he was in charge of putting them in, and they worked for like a week, and then the right one stopped working. So I'm not saying it's his fault. It's a very good point, Robert. I should probably call him after.
He's a great mechanic, though. Better than I am.
Yeah,
so shout out,
started it. He did his best. He didn't have to do anything. Bought us some beer for it, but it ended up breaking. Whatever. Anyways. So I go and time goes by. Sunroof's my sunroof. It's a 2007 Jeep Cherokee. I put the fluids in it. Because I learned from my past car to make sure you keep fluids in your car.
Mm-hmm. He hasn't had luck with cars. Yeah. We'll say that.
I do my best.
I try to teach this guy every day.
Yeah.
I try my best.
If I'm doing a at-home oil change, Robert's the one doing it. But anyway, so I am going to get a car wash at Sam's Express. I'm not saying I'm pressing charges.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's happened around the time I got a car wash.
Could have been.
I'm going to get a car wash at Sam's Express, and I'm actually on the phone with Samantha at this time. I called her immediately after, but I go get the car wash as I do, keep the car clean, and then I'm driving on what's the street right here? Really right here.
55, ain't it? Just
55. Driving on 55.
Off Williams
Street.
Street.
Yeah, exactly. Right in front of the middle school. And I didn't even live. It's right in front of here now, actually.
Shout out Apex Middle School, go Cougars.
Go Cougars. And all of a sudden, I'm just driving, and all of a sudden I hear, whoosh! And the glass roof of my sunroof flings off. And I look in my rearview mirror, and there's just shattered glass everywhere. And thank God that there was no one directly behind me. They were about maybe 50, 100 yards behind me, because eventually I see cars start to brake, and I'm like, no way. Really?
Not much you can do at that point.
Not much you can do at that point. And so that happened, and I was driving home at this point, and I turned around to make sure everyone's okay, because I was just nervous. I want to make sure everyone's good.
Yeah.
And I called the cops, and I'm
you did?
Yeah, I called the cops. I needed someone to come clean it up. I was like, hey, it looks like somebody's somebody's glass just broke in the middle of the road, like right in front of the middle school. I'm not really sure what happened, but
You said that?
yeah,
Oh, you didn't blame yourself.
Oh no!
Oh.
I was like, "There's glass," because I didn't want to like people like me to stay there. I just wanted to go home,
Yeah.
but also be a good Samaritan. So I did that, and ever since then, it's been a pain in the ass. I duct taped it. It's caused water issues, but now I have like this piece of tarp on my roof, and it stays dry.
If it ain't broke,
Don't
fix it.
Exactly. So that's the sunroof, and eventually I'll get a new car. But for now, it works.
and something else to say, KISS is what I like to go by. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple,
Exactly.
stupid.
Exactly.
It may be a stupid idea,
Mhm.
but keep it simple, it's going to work.
Mhm.
I've learned that. Working on my Jeep Cherokee back in the day. You know about the Jeep Cherokee.
Oh yeah.
Gosh, I might actually cry because I miss that Jeep Cherokee so much.
Yeah, I have that fire photo of the disposable camera. Did I give that to you? Right?
Yeah, it's in my room actually. I have it on
Yeah.
my dresser.
Yeah, his first ever car that he bought himself.
It was my dream car. Bought it, worked hard, bought it for myself, dollar for dollar. I was looking for months, and like, we're just again around the campfire, random stories. We don't really have anything we're trying to cover tonight. We're just vibing, having a great time.
Yeah.
This Jeep came up, and it was like fire truck red.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, I need that. And like, you knew I was looking for a Jeep for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they're the most beautiful cars ever. Lifted tires, like everything, whatever Southern people like, And it came on, and I didn't have enough money at the time. I was like, dang it. And I was like, fuck. And I was trying to, talk him down. He was like, nah.
Yeah.
It's sold. I was like, damn it. And then I was about to take a shower one night, and I was checking Craigslist every day at this point.
Yeah.
And it popped back up. I was like, oh shit. And it was lower. Yeah.
Oh, lower. Oh, shit.
It was lower price. So I was like, alright, can we meet? He was like, sure. Went after work. My cousin came with me. My mom came with me. I think it was $3,500. And like me being me, I was like, you take 25? And he's like, hell no. I was like, alright, how about 3? I'm a college student, or about to be a college student. You got kids, because he told me that.
Yeah.
You got to use that stuff against them.
Mm.
He was like, alright, I could do 3 cash tomorrow. I was like, alright.
That's not bad.
Bet. Yeah, no. And like, I was a little nervous. It was my first car. I thought I knew a lot about cars, and like, problems arose, but nothing I couldn't fix. But like, you gotta say that Jeep treated me right for the most part. Like, there was like a lot of things that happen, but that's just Jeep life.
That's Jeep life. That's
Like,
what I'm dealing with.
Yeah, like, if you own a Jeep, I'm sorry, but it's like, that's part of the experience. But like, he was with me, it wouldn't start, we're in the drive-thru and it's stalling out, and then like, my key wouldn't turn, so I was...
You have the hammer in the passenger seat.
This is Jeep. I looked it up on YouTube, most common problem. So every time I put my key in the ignition, I would hammer it.
Excuse me.
Turn right on every time.
Yep.
Hey, again, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
And also, granted, just to recap on my Jeep, there was a recall for the sunroof.
Correct.
It wasn't any,
They're gonna give you it for free?
They have not yet to call me. They said it could be forever. So, anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, that Jeep,
Love that Jeep.
we put a lot of time into that. I remember you changed the
That was a car that taught me how to work on cars. Radiator,
You changed the radiator by yourself. I remember I
Alternator.
came back from like class one day and you were in the back corner.
shirtless.
Yeah, we changed the muffler that one day.
Oh yeah, the
That was a
muffler.
hell
I
of
was
a
sounding
day.
like a damn monster truck driving through
Yeah.
University City in Charlotte.
Mhm.
It was kind of cool for a little bit.
Yeah, it's nice.
But I was like, all right.
It's illegal.
But yeah, I learned so much, like, how to work on cars with that Jeep, and I sold it actually to my cousin's boyfriend, and he was like, look, like, if I ever, and I'm probably screaming right now, if I'm ever selling it and you want first dibs, like, I'll give you it back. Because he had a car that he loved and he had to sell. I just couldn't maintain 2 cars. I was like, oh, I'll keep the Jeep, but like, over time, it's just too much. So I think, like, if I could buy her back,
Just to have.
I'm going to.
Yeah, why
like,
not?
that's my baby. Like,
Yeah.
love you, Bree, but like, that car was my first
Sadie?
love. Sadie.
Yeah.
If you see a black rimmed fire truck red Jeep driving around Apex, give her a
We're
little
not
hump.
driving because,
Yeah, or something could be wrong.
It's old.
Shout out David Doe, take care of her.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that is our car stories.
Yeah, kind of random, but
Yeah.
that's what dudes talk about around the fire.
Yeah, hell yeah. I bought a fishing pole.
Yeah, Mike bought a fishing pole.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Trying to get into fishing.
I used to be heavily into fishing. I used to go to tournaments. I'd get trophies. I could probably find some trophies. Y'all don't believe me, but I got some trophies.
Yeah, you actually like almost went pro, I think, right?
Oh yeah, when I was like 4.
Yeah.
They almost scouted. They were scouting me, but yeah, I used to be heavily into fishing. My grandpa used to have a boat, a little Sea Hunter.
Yeah, love those boats.
Yeah, sick. Used to go all the time, catch some flounders. I was so close, like a pound off with getting a plaque that my grandpa has. I was so jealous.
Probably a
Yeah,
citation. Was that one?
citation, yeah. I wanted one so bad, but you know.
As
Anyways.
much as I've been fishing, not to interrupt you,
No, it's fine.
I didn't even know what citations were. I always thought they were a bad thing because, like, oh, the police gave me a citation.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of not to interrupt you. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Citations are awards in North Carolina. Every state does it though, where if you catch a certain size fish or weight of fish that is classified for that species to be impressive,
Yeah, yeah.
you can apply for a citation.
Yeah.
And you can hang it on your wall. Your grandpa has one, I think,
Yeah,
for
it's like 6.
grouper or something like that.
Flounder, sea bass. He has that one sea bass.
And I think once you get 10, you can apply for like a Star Angler Award. It's just something small, yeah, but it's like cool. And like,
That's cool.
I never knew about it. I definitely caught like a sunfish that was big
In that
enough.
pond.
A bass that was big enough, but I didn't know. And like after like 6 years, you don't want to apply. I just don't feel like that's right.
Yeah, you wouldn't do it that day or that week.
But that's one of my goals. And I think the blue or the blackfin we caught like 2 years ago when we went fishing in Outer Banks,
Yeah.
5 pounds short. That would have been a sick citation to
That would
have.
have been sick.
We did have on our fishing trip. We go on a fishing trip every year. My uncle plans it.
We try to at least.
We try to.
Per weather.
I think Riley hopped on the line because like when you get into a school of fish, it's just chaos. You know, like
Oh yeah.
lines are busting. You see fish hopping out of the water. It was a gunner rod, which is a smaller rod.
Yeah.
I totally took over this. I'm so sorry.
No,
'Cause
okay.
I find it so cool. There's a gunner rod, which is the smaller ones besides like the trolling rods. I think we had probably like a 45, 50-pound mahi on. I saw it jump once. The mate who was helping us was like, "Oh my god!" Like, fuck. Riley was like, "Oh shit!" But the bigger fish, they don't get big for being stupid.
Yeah.
He knew. He's probably been hooked multiple times before. He came flying straight towards the boat, and these fish are missiles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
He came flying straight to the boat. We couldn't keep the slack out of the line, and he popped it. But like, we've been that close to multiple citations before.
Yeah.
But yeah, but on your fishing pole story. you know.
Yeah. I was a pound away when I was 8 to getting a citation, so that was cool. No, yeah, fucking, I love going. Besides when I throw up and pass out on those fishing trips, they're a ball.
Which could have been due to medication.
Just due to medication, which I won't be on when we go next time. So, taking some Dramamine and having some positive thoughts.
We promise you, when we go in May, if we whack 'em, is what we say. If we whack 'em, and as Will Writings, our friend says, we're going to fill the box up. If we fill the box up, we'll post on generic_podcast our catch for the day.
True. We should even.
We could do a podcast on the boat.
On the boat.
We could get Hunter on there, the mate.
True. That's not a bad idea.
We can interview the
Or at least
captain.
in the hotel or something. That'd be
Yeah.
sick. Get Wayne
Yeah,
on there.
let's do that. Let's do that.
Cool.
That'd be sick.
That'd be cool. If we can even release it after what they say.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Could be dangerous.
anyways, yeah. So fishing's been a big part of my life. Through family, and then I became friends with Rob, and we went fishing a lot. And I kind of fell off a little bit. But he's been super into it. Been to nationals on the Bass Pro team in college. Our friend Riley's been into it. He was on the Bass Pro team as well. Just everyone, it's a good time. I do like to go.
Yeah.
I just haven't, been super into it in the past couple of years. But something kind of struck me. I want to get outside more, and being outside.
It's a great way to.
Exactly. All my friends like to go fishing. If they like to go fishing, that involves being outside. I was like, you know what? I have enjoyed going fishing. Why don't I get back into this? So, Rob told me, we went to Bass Pro the other day. Yesterday, right?
Yeah, yesterday.
Rob hooked me up. He told me what to get. Stuff was
Something simple.
simple.
Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
And I'm ignorant when it comes to fishing. I don't know too many terms and stuff anymore. So I got an ugly stick. It's a good looking rod. That's just the name of the brand.
Cheap. People hate on it sometimes, but like, I fished with it in college.
I like the red and black.
Yeah, like it does what it needs to. You can't break it. You can lift a chainsaw with it,
Really?
and it won't break.
Damn.
They swear by that. The rod will not break.
Well, I'll put that to the test. I
Do
understand
it.
the warranty.
Hook
so.
me up to it. I'll jump off right now.
Really?
Nah, I ain't gonna do
okay.
that, right?
Well, we got some stuff. It's still a little too cold to go just yet, but we have some lake house accesses that we'd like to take the opportunity of. Not advantage of, but the opportunity.
Because they're our friends.
They're our friends, exactly.
Or he is our friend.
And I want to be able to get involved more in that, because that's like a big part of like going to the lake.
Mhm.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
I
I do want to shout out, I was on the fishing team in college, so was Riley. I sound like a professional fisherman, but like the guys that I fished against, like they had team
Pros.
wrap boats. Some of them were already pros. They had sponsors, team wrap trucks. Like they were on full ride scholarships for fishing. I was just there to really learn a lot, and I luckily got partnered with Louis Minetti,
Shout out Louis.
or we call him Louis, whatever he goes by. We were in this old Ranger. He was always like, I don't need the best of the best. Like, I know how to fucking fish. And if you ever listen to this, Louis, I miss you. You were probably one of the best fishing partners I ever had. He taught me a lot. But he actually won the college fishing bracket, Bassmaster fishing college. Sorry.
It's a big deal. It's
The
a big
alcohol's
deal.
hitting me. It's a huge deal. So he got put on the pro circuit, and he's going to be fishing in the Bassmaster Classic, which is essentially the Super Bowl of fishing.
It's crazy.
And I cannot wait to watch you, Louis. I know you're going to kill it, and I told you only time I'm ever going to attend is when you make it. I wish I could make it. Maybe I still can. But I know you're going to represent Charlotte, one of the best fishermen I've ever met. I'm thankful that I got to fish with you, and good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. But that's a little crazy. The old fishing partner I fished with is close to being a pro now.
Exactly.
Nationals with him. He's the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
You are like right. You could say like tier level. You're right there, pro wise.
Oh, I wish. He definitely helped me and carried me, and like, again, we finished 70th or 56th, something like that, which wasn't bad. But again, some of these guys, like, they dedicate their whole life to it, and I knew how much it meant to Louis, so I wanted to do as good.
Yeah.
But he's such a nice guy. He was like, yeah, like, come on, and we actually qualified by 1 ounce. And again, he's probably going to have a long, long career in fishing.
Yeah,
and that's so cool that I can say I fished with him.
You got a truck and everything now. Good for him.
Shout out Biz Bates. He works for them. Go check him out.
And he's got his own podcast, right?
Yeah, Sunrise Bassin. Check them out too if you guys are listening. If you like fishing.
What's his name?
Andrew Mega.
Andrew, yeah.
He's one of my old fishing partners too.
Snowboarder too.
I just really like that. Like, he snowboarded, and you met a lot of fun people doing some hobbies you like.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's just kind of a sidetrack story.
Yeah, definitely.
But I didn't realize how big college fishing actually was.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap. And now, like, I want to get a boat so I can get back into tournaments around here.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because it's very competitive. People get angry as hell about it.
Yeah.
But it's super fun.
A lot of money on the line.
Yeah,
lifestyle.
a lot.
But yeah, fishing. It's it's a fun. It can be competitive, or it can be for your leisure. And
So we have cars, fishing,
working out.
working out.
We
I think the neighbors just went to bed. Shout out, y'all. Don't even know their names.
Our ice bath is to the right of Robert.
Ice bath. It is a trash can.
It's trash can, but it does what it needs to do.
Neighbors, though,
Neighbors.
they have a ginormous dog.
Name Zucchini.
His name is Zucchini. But he is just always chilling. They always try to take him on walks.
What's
And
it? Dober.
Great Dane,
Great
I
Dane.
believe.
What was
They
it gonna even say?
Saint Bernard, maybe.
Probably.
They always try to take him on a walk, and he makes it probably to our mailbox. And then he's like, absolutely not. I'm not going any further.
He runs that household.
He just kind of walks back, and they have like Priuses and stuff, and I've seen them try to get him in that car.
Really?
Doesn't really work. But hey, I don't even know their names, but shout out them. They have a beautiful dog.
Yeah.
Building a deck right now.
They were, at least.
Love it.
But yeah.
Gosh.
Whew.
We're just vibing.
We are just vibing.
I love the fire. Like,
Yeah.
if we had a body of water behind us right now,
That's peak.
Riley,
That's peak.
Um,
Or Samantha.
or Samantha, who have lake houses. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Just being around a body of water, honestly, makes me feel better.
It's
Like,
really-
that's what I was going to touch on earlier, is like, and anybody that's listening, you can relate. Just when the warm weather hits, it's literally like you pop the fucking Molly. Like, you're like,
the warm
oh my
blanket.
god.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I can sell hella at work. Not really. Like, I feel like I can accomplish anything. Like,
Yeah.
seasonal depression
But do you think
is a real
like
thing.
you think like when it comes every season. Like every season, I find myself like the end of summer. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to like be a little chilly, be inside.
It's just because we're programmed. Exactly. We're on the nature's clock or whatever it's called.
But like when it's like super cold and like rainy and cold for so long, I'm ready for the summer. But like towards the end of summer, I'm like, okay, I'm ready for it to be cold now. Hopefully get some snow. So it is kind of fun how like it like rotates, which is a good balance, I think, because like it's a couple months of this, a couple months of that.
I just like the winter because of hunting season. Other than that, like, and my birthday, I guess, but like,
true. Other than that, yeah,
it just sucks to walk outside and you're just hit with immediate like cold. And then summer, you can go to the pool. I guess I'd rather be hot than cold, but like getting in your car and you're already like drenched in sweat. You're like, God damn,
having to cool down. That is like the worst part. Like it'd be like you're just sweating all the time. Like I feel the need to take a shower all the time because you're just sweating, just standing there.
Filling my drink up. You keep talking, Mike.
Yeah, but I think, and we even talked about like career choice wise, you know, when we were like down in the dumps like a couple years ago, we were just like, bro, we should just like move. Do we move to the beach and just start shrimping?
We were really considering.
We you know, nothing to lose at that point. But you know, we have found our our loved ones as well, and we found our paths and careers. It could still happen. It could still happen. You know, have to talk to the girls, but who doesn't want to live at the beach? I can see myself living at the beach, I think.
Yeah.
At least having a place to stay there the majority of my life, or having like an actual house there.
Well, I was never big on like the mountains, but then I went out west to Colorado.
I feel that's so different than like
the mountains here. I'm not gonna lie, they're beautiful. Blue Ridge and Appalachian, or whatever you call it, Appalachian. They're beautiful.
That's my turn.
But when I went to Colorado, it was insane. Like the mountains and the views, like the fact that you could walk outside your house and just see a mountain was crazy to me. I'm like, wow, like I've been in Raleigh, North Carolina my whole life. Yeah. I haven't even experienced like anything this country has to offer. And like biggest thing for me, and I think a lot of people listening can relate, is you want to take that risk of moving away. But my family's here. Like my grandma, she's 86. Shout out Grandma Faber, carrying the family right now. She's 86. I do everything for her, like around the house. I try my best.
I do as well sometimes.
Yeah, Mike's, put the work as well.
It's my second family.
Yeah, she's here. My mom's here. My sister's here. My cousins are here. So it's like I don't want to move away, but it's also like we're in this bubble of the triangle. But there's so much more for us to see. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dang, like, just going to Colorado, I was like, Colorado Springs, Breckenridge, Estes, like, I know those are, like, tourist spots.
Yeah.
But I was like, I've never experienced anything like this in my life.
Yeah.
I'm so used to just
this
southern North Carolina, like...
That's where it's like...
Like, it's crazy.
You, like... I don't know, it'd be nice to be in an opportunity where I don't want it to be when I'm like 60 and retired and I have like $1 million because my Roth that I've invested in. Mm-hmm. I recommend. But
get started today. Shout out SoFi. They auto invest for you.
Yeah.
We are not sponsored by them yet.
But we could be. Anyways, but like to be given those opportunities where like I could live here, in the Triangle. It's a great area. People are moving here because it's great.
Job opportunities.
If it could be like, if I had the chance or the lifestyle to where I could go to Colorado for like 2 weeks and just vibe and chill and like experience that, and then like I go to Europe and go there for a month because I can, I feel like that'd be so cool and like have this as like your home. But like you said, like you feel stuck here. But, like, making that jump to, like, go live somewhere that you've never been.
Make new friends. We were talking about it today. Like, the amount of people that are in this world that could be, like, your, like, really close friends or, like, stories your sister did it.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, but you also got to think, like, she only sees her family once a year now.
So it's like, what do you want to sacrifice?
Yeah.
And, again, my grandma's old, like, I want to see her, but there's pros and cons. Like, I have a life to live myself, and I know she would want me to live my life.
Yeah, it's like, you're not being selfish. Well, you are being selfish, but not in, like, a negative way, because, like, it's your life, like, you shouldn't be held back just because, like, you feel bad.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it's like, family there's certain levels of importance for different people, of, like, family and stuff, I know you're a big family guy, and, like, they need you, so...
Well, one thing I was going to say is, like, my girl Brianna, she's been considering travel nursing. And as a boyfriend, like, I know there's great money there, and I want to support her, and I will support her in anything she does. And it's just, like, at the moment, I don't know if I can, but I want to be there for her.
Yeah.
And her, like, thought process is, like, hey, I can go stack bread, which is, like, beautiful for me. Buy me an Xbox, maybe? Love you. But it's, like, also, like, if I work remote, which I do have that privilege. Like, if she goes to, like, say, Utah, Colorado, Florida, like,
For like 3 months.
for, like, 3 months on a contract, like,
You could.
I could go down for 2-3 weeks, hang out with her, and experience new things too. And she's been talking about it a lot, and I'm just like, I don't know, but then I'm like, I want to support you, and like, that'd be fun too. Her aunt, I believe, was a travel nurse and went to Hawaii, and her now husband, I believe, sorry if I'm getting this wrong, Bree, literally lived in Hawaii with his girlfriend. She's like, what if I got a contract in Hawaii? I'm like, fuck, I'm coming with you. Like,
what?
I mean, you're making good money, so
Yeah.
you know, I love you, and we're gonna be in Hawaii, so why not? But that's just something, like, that's a way that I possibly could get out, you know, with her to experience new things, and like, you're not set there for like 12 months lease. You only have a 3-month contract, and they provide everything.
Yeah.
So we've been considering that.
Could you technically, like, because your job is remote, could you do that? Like, could you just...
I can work from anywhere. They don't care. Granted, if you do change time zones, you are responsible to be on at 8 a.m. Eastern, at least for my job.
That's all you have to worry about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's chill.
So, like, I could do, like, 7 to 4, I think. One time.
Yeah.
Whatever. As long as I'm doing my work.
Yeah.
That's why the, like, work from home life is, like,
Vibe.
key.
Yeah.
You have so much more freedom.
One day. Bro.
We're going to get Mike out of there.
Please. But, yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I've had, like, conversations with Samantha before where it's, like, well, she's, like, super supportive because she's remote and all that and stuff, too. But she's, like, she's super big family-oriented and stuff. But she's, like, if you going somewhere, I'm going there. I'm like, you'll ride or die for that. But it's also, like, I don't want to take people away from their families and stuff. So that'd be kind of rough. And also, I don't want to be away from my family. But I can definitely see myself moving... to, like,
if your family really loves you, they'll support you in anything you do. I know my mom's kind of like, I know my sister wants to move.
Yeah.
But they'll support you regardless because they know you have a life to live as well.
And to validate you've seen Colorado, you visited it, so like you have more reason to move there. Like
barely seen it though. That's why I fell in love so quick. Though.
Yeah.
I'm a big outdoorsman, so like being there was beautiful.
I've always talked about like Austin, Texas would be cool, but it's like I can't just like get up and move there because like I feel like I should at least visit before I go there. Same with like
so many
Charleston,
logistics.
South Carolina. Like I should at least visit like these places that like they seem very attractive, or attractive, whatever, to like live in. It's like I should at least maybe go visit real quick just to see if it's like what's up, instead of just being like impulse move.
Yeah.
But I don't even. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Just hop into it, you know.
Yeah. I'm trying to get some remote work. I need to get out of this job I have now, and if someone that works there is listening, freedom of speech. So
yeah. So
fuck off.
Leave us alone. And that's kind of the same for me, and kind of wanted to touch on that. Like, for anybody listening that's kind of like feels like you're stuck in like a dead-end job, or you just feel like you're not happy, just keep trying, keep applying. That's what I did. Like, and the biggest thing I do is I doubt myself, and everyone around me is like, you're so much better than you give yourself credit for. And I actually just made it to a final interview, which I have on Monday, for a job that I'm super excited about. And I think I'd be a lot happier in this position. But it's like, we're only 25. Like, we have our whole lives ahead of us. Yeah. But it's like, I also feel like there's some people who have it figured out already. And, like, it's hard not to compare yourself to those people. Yeah. But, like, everyone around me is so supportive. And they're like, just keep, doing it. And, like, me and my sister, we had our fights growing up. But, like, when I have a question about jobs or, like, what I should do or anything about growing up, I go to her as well because she experienced everything before me. Yeah. So, shout out, Shelby. I know I fuck with you all the time, but you have been super clutch for that. But, yeah, just, like, that's kind of what we've been doing is just trying to find something that makes us happy, because I don't want to work 40 hours a week and hate what I'm doing,
Exactly.
which is what I'm currently doing.
Same. Yeah, and having to be in office makes it way worse.
Yeah, and we keep alluding to it because it's just such a big part of our lives, and like
Yeah.
everyone listening, we all work. We all have to work unless you're lucky enough to not. But I can't think of anybody that I know who's listening that doesn't have to work.
Yeah, same. I think there's like, because we find happiness outside of work, but when working is such a huge part of your life, and it's
That's what gives you the freedom to go do fun stuff.
Fun stuff. Exactly. It's like
I just bought a $700 shotgun.
Yeah.
Because I work.
Exactly. But when your happiest moments are like you clocking off for the day, it's like, okay, so those 40, 50 hours you're working, it's like those are the worst parts of your day, and like that's like the majority of your day, so that's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like if you can find something that's like not even like a negative, like something that's easy to put up with because you're just okay with it, but we're both in a position where it's like, this just sucks right now.
What I say earlier, like your job should be your side hustle
Yeah.
for your like life.
Mhm.
Like you need to find something that you can do as a side hustle, even though it's 40 hours a week, to support what you truly want to do.
Yeah.
There's so many options out there. Like you just have to be willing to explore and take a chance on it.
Yeah.
And again, we're 25. Like
Mhm.
we have our whole life ahead of
Yeah.
us.
But like you
That-
want to what were you saying?
I was gonna say, like, for anybody listening, and I know like it's a lot of 20-year-olds, you know, you feel stuck and like, oh my god, I gotta figure it out now. But you just gotta reassure yourself, like, we have no idea what the hell we're doing, and no one does. People
Yeah.
can be 40 and they have no idea what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. And that being said, like don't put up with it because you could get stuck there for a while. Like I've been here a year longer than I thought I was, and I've only been here for 2 years for this
Yeah.
job. But it's like not even almost 2 years, but whatever. But it's like keep trying. Like don't just like settle for what you have because like it's safe. There's no harm in just continuing to try. You know, gain experience from the job. You know, use that for another job and all that. So just keep trying. Unless you're content, good for you. But like if you're looking for an out, you know, there's no
No shame.
no shame, harm.
And we do motivational speeches. You can hire us.
Yeah,
We actually can come in and talk
it's
to whoever you want.
$50 per 30 minutes, and each speech, just for effectiveness and quality, is 3 hours or more.
What? 3 hours?
Or more.
Or more. Correct.
I'm trying to make
Correct.
some fucking money, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll make money.
But I guess you want to talk about this before. The job hunting.
Yeah.
Did you want to talk about that now?
I just think it's like a super like toxic.
This is the ranting / negative quote unquote part of the podcast.
Yeah.
Which is where we're going to step off our chest.
The way we envisioned this episode, and I think what we both wanted to happen,
Yeah.
is for you to picture yourself on the other side of the fire right now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like friends around a fire,
Yeah.
just talking about everyday things, and I know some things are shitty and you don't want to talk about it, but it's also like good to talk about it.
Mhm.
And one thing is job hunting, and we didn't want to make a whole episode about it, but just hit on it. I think it's like a super toxic thing, because like, how many times, we may do a poll on it, I don't know. How many times have you taken the time to interview for a position? You take
Yeah.
2-3 hours out of your time, and you never hear back.
Oh, all the time. Like it's like
You do a call with a recruiter, you don't hear back.
yeah.
But you're expected to act professional, but they're gonna ghost you?
Mm.
Like, come on.
The amount of times I've like been like super hyped because like, oh, I'm actually having a virtual interview with this company.
Correct.
I've made it to this point. I'm on my way out of this company I'm with now. I'm super hyped. And
That's
then
how I feel right now.
I'm ghosted. I'm just like, bro, what? Like, and they never tell me anything or anything. It's just like, oh, it's a sickening feeling, honestly.
And then the job will be open 2 months later, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, I've been trying to apply for Rob's job, or not job, but his company for a while, just because
I think we're both firm
Oh, yeah.
believers. If we apply for a job, no matter what it is, you give us a couple months to learn it,
yeah,
we can do it.
100%.
I hate being judged on an hour-long interview where I'm nervous and not my true self.
Yeah.
You're basing... obviously, that's how it is. I totally get it, and I
Yeah,
can practice
pressure.
myself.
Yeah.
But it's like... that's not really who I am.
Mhm.
Like, you're putting on, like, a fake persona
Yeah.
and all that, and it's like,
I'm putting passion into it, but like it's nervous passion. It's not like my true passion.
and
Well,
you don't know
some
what
people
they're gonna ask.
Yeah, I spent $200 on someone to type up what is it? One resume?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Your
I
cover
spent-
letter. Top resume.
Top resume. Gosh, for a resume and a cover letter, which has been really effective in some ways, but it's like still like you just get ghosted. Like you don't even get like a thanks for applying, but fuck you.
I get, like, if you apply and don't hear anything, that's one thing, but, like, if I do talk to someone,
Yeah.
I do genuinely want to hear back, like,
Yeah. Tell me.
hey, like, we're gonna move. I kind of like what my current job is. Like, if you're not interested in buying the program, like, that's fine. I get it. But at least tell me no, because I took the time out of my day to fucking talk to you.
Yeah.
So, like, fuck you, and I know I'm cussing, but, like, it's frustrating.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, like, it's frustrating when you take the time to do this,
Mhm.
and you just don't hear back.
Yeah. Agreed. And yeah, I think that's our. You feel good? You
Feel
got that,
good.
Jess? Yeah.
That's
It's all
that
gonna be
is.
okay. You know,
Yeah.
I'm hoping. I know for a fact Robert's gonna get this job. He's gonna kill the interview on Monday.
The only thing stopping me in the ice bath taught it to me. The only thing standing
True.
in my way is myself.
Mm.
And this is how I feel like all of our campfires and fires
Always
go.
deep. It gets deep.
We'll start talking about some bullshit, you know what I mean? And then the alcohol starts flowing. Riley especially will. And then it's like, bro, I love you so much, bro.
Yeah.
That's kind of how this is going. But the ice bath taught me
Mhm.
the only thing standing in your way is yourself.
Mhm.
Once
Your
you,
mind.
Your mind. It's mind over matter.
Yeah.
Once you do it, it's really not that bad. Just like this interview coming up.
Yeah.
Only thing that's making me nervous is myself.
Mhm.
But I'm more than qualified. I can do it. This is kind of crazy, you know,
Yeah.
that your body works like that.
Exactly.
Like, you're your own hater. And I know a lot of my
Yeah.
friends are stuck in terrible positions they don't want. I'm like, dude, we can do so much more than we're
Yeah.
giving ourselves credit for.
Mhm.
It's just tough to see that. And it makes me sad.
Yeah.
Like, that all my friends are not where they want to be.
Yeah. And like I think everyone has to kind of go through that, especially young in their.
It's a learning curve.
You know, everyone starts out. You know, no one starts out as the vice president or president of a company. You know, everyone has to go through like the bottom of the barrel kind of thing.
Ring of
But-
fire.
Yeah, exactly. But what do you think?
What is the fire thing?
But no, then that's just kind of we're gonna be fine. If you're listening, you're gonna be fine. There's nothing wrong with feeling discouraged by the job you're in because there's a million jobs out there. You just have to actually apply yourself and just keep trying, and something will come along. And in our scenario, we're still young. We're figuring it out. We're fortunate enough to have these jobs we have now.
We do.
We were able to do this. So
We love it.
yeah. But yeah, that's kind of the rant. You mentioned a poll. We did do a poll,
Oh, we did. We did.
and I took a screenshot of it. 'Cause
Yeah, let's pull up the results.
we just did one poll.
And we were running in that video because of stuff we cannot talk about,
We cannot talk about.
but we made it.
Hopefully, you found it comedic.
Yeah.
So
made it.
the poll was, if you had to choose, and the options were breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And do you want me to read this
Mhm.
statistics?
Statistics.
And enemy.
I got a C in that class.
Yeah, same probably. I gotta be. I don't know. Anyways, so if you had to choose breakfast, lunch, or dinner, 31% said breakfast.
Okay, not bad.
12% said lunch,
Yeah, lunch is mid.
and 56%
Mm-hmm.
said dinner. And this can go. I'm down to talk about this for a while.
It can't be a long subject.
I did not vote. However, I would have chosen breakfast.
Why?
And do you remember the amount of times we used to go to IHOP for the free pancakes?
We did.
That was my favorite time in college, I think.
I am a firm believer for a background. I don't believe it is right to have breakfast for dinner.
I know.
I think it's wrong.
I have done that multiple times.
And
I
not
just
appropriate.
I love pancakes and waffles. I love throwing some syrup on some eggs and all that. I just love the taste. I just love the feel. I love the vibe. It just, it's a good time.
Mhm.
I eat eggs all the time, so I guess maybe that's why. But it's just,
Breakfast should be for breakfast.
and I can understand that.
Or
I can
breakfast.
understand
I would
that.
say
But food is food.
breakfast,
Food is
not
food.
breakfast. Whatever.
And lunch, it only got 2 votes. shout out Samantha, and she has good reasoning for this because
Who's the other person? Just curious.
Avery Schaefer. I thought it was my mom, but then Avery Schaefer. So
shout out Avery.
when you are at work, what is your favorite time of the day?
Lunch.
And
That's valid. That's valid.
Exactly. So majority of people who are listening to this who are probably working, your favorite time of the day is lunch. And that is her reasoning because she loves to go, her routine is to go get some Starbucks, go get some chicken nuggets, and make a kale salad.
But is it actually lunch that you like? Or is it just getting away from work that you like? Let me ask you that.
That's valid.
Let me ask you that.
That's valid.
Samantha.
You know, and hopefully she comments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, you know, that's a very good point.
But I get where you're coming from on that.
Yeah,
100%.
I think maybe she's thinking about the routine, like she implied that. So you know, I gave her applause for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Go ahead. Oh. That's what we're struggling with here. I think kind of go towards that though. Like I think a lot of people voted dinner because like when you got something brewing like up in the crock pot or in the smoker, or
and you haven't eaten since lunch.
you got something defrosting, like you looking forward to that all day, or you know you're going out with your girl, you're going out with your boyfriend, your friends. Like I'm craving some ribs after a long day of work. I'm looking forward to some ribs.
Dang, what time is it?
Yeah, we might hit up Chili's real quick. But that's my thought process behind it. It's
Yeah.
like it's a reward for the day.
I understand each perspective. I know mine's breakfast.
Everyone's valid.
I like breakfast because I don't get to have it my experience of breakfast is like either like when I go out and get breakfast or like I get to enjoy it at home, and it doesn't get to happen too often.
Because you're rushed for work.
Exactly. And like lunch, I understand because you're at work, you need that space.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that time to be with yourself, eat your lunch, chill, relax. I completely understand that. Dinner, completely understand that. Long day, you're ready for this meal. It's a feast. It's a meal. Like that's like I feel like dinner is majority of people like that's when they have their actual meal of the day.
Yeah, calories.
Exactly, and like
which is low-key a bad thing if you wait.
True.
Which is what I do.
Yeah.
Shout out cortisol levels, but it happens.
Yeah. True. But that's like you get to eat dinner and then you can just relax. You don't have to worry about anything else except for like what time you're gonna go to bed. So all reasons, you know, 5 votes for breakfast, 2 votes for lunch, and then 9 votes for dinner.
So it's pretty close between the two.
You know, I'm glad we got a variety. Good times for that. But yeah, that's our poll. That was our poll. Yeah.
But yeah, I think overall, like we wanted to try something different with this episode. We're outside, and I'm having a great time. So I think we're definitely going to continue doing this for sure moving forward. But this was pretty much like around the fire with Mike and Rob.
Yeah.
On generic.
Yeah.
I think we covered some random stuff. You know, if you didn't like it, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But that's just what you talk about around a fire.
Yeah. You know, you've probably experienced it, honestly. But now this is just in a podcast format.
Yeah.
Visual and audio form. So hopefully you could relate with something.
Get a Jeep Cherokee.
You get a Jeep. Don't actually.
It's just funny.
No.
I know we're about to close out, but and again, there was no topic to this episode, so don't judge us. It was really just like sit the fuck down by this fire.
And if you've been around a fire, this is how it goes.
You'll know. I don't even know what I was about to say. Oh wait, yeah, I do. Closing out. It's funny how we struggle with that, but I also think it's just natural.
Yeah, because like.
Are we about to close out right now?
You see people. Huh?
Are we about to close out right now?
We could. Or we could rant.
We could rant.
What do you want to do?
I think we should close out for the fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's best.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're doing. We're still learning. We're 7 episodes in. We have no idea what we're doing.
We keep it real. Keep it real.
But
people like to, you know,
waving to everyone. Shout out you guys. Shout out everyone who supports us. We're going to keep doing this. Listen to the clank here. That's for you guys. Generic _ podcast. If you follow us, great. If you don't, we don't really care. We're not in it for the followers.
This is how you close out. Yes.
We're not in it for the followers.
Yes.
We're in it for the real people who genuinely want to hear what we have to say and what our guests have to say. And just, again, around the fire, sit with us and talk about life.
Vibe, yeah.
And vibe.
Maybe one day we'll go live.
We'll go
have
live.
some callers in or something.
Exactly.
But also...
Love you guys, though. You guys are the reason we do this.
Yeah, it's in... For us also, but
yeah, we have a whole list of names that we could shout out.
Oh yeah,
like 100%. You guys have been the best.
Yeah, it's very fun and encouraging when people say they like to listen. It's like kind of funny. I know we're supposed to wrap up, but like when Steven Taylor, shout out Steven Taylor, he was like, "Sorry boys, I'm just getting caught up with the episodes." I was like, "That's crazy!" Like we have we're getting an album basically, and I think it's like 7 episodes when people usually quit, and like this is our 7th. Like this is not our last episode. We're gonna keep going.
Yeah, we got hella stuff planned.
This is like sparking it again.
We got our house back.
My hands are dry.
Oh, here I got you.
There it is. But we got our house back. We got the spark back. You know, we're gonna be vibing, and you know, like you said, generic_podcast on Instagram, socials. You know. And YouTube is generic podcast, I think. Twitter
and TikTok probably will be coming soon. But if you do want to be on the podcast, we welcome anybody.
Oh yeah,
parents, adults, kids. Fuck it, we would love to have you. Exactly. Let us know.
This is a podcast for the people, and we will continue to be that way.
Generic
podcast.
Rob and Mike, around the fire. Bye.